Diversity really is key when setting up every part of your PBN, right from registering your domain through to the hosting and what content you're putting on the website. When it comes to registering your domain, you should have at least 3 to 5 different registrars. Some of the main ones are used by most websites, so it's not a problem if there is some overlap as you start to increase the size of your PBN. But certainly at the very beginning, make sure that you are splitting your domains across multiple different registrars. And when you've registered the domain, you need all of your DNS settings to be as varied as possible. Obviously, your A and AAA records are going to be of a similar format of IP to domain. But for things like setting up your email servers, setting up SSL certificates and things like that, we shouldn't be sticking to a standard template. By all means, go to an AI and ask it for some genuine DNS records. You can maybe put in some that are a bit of a red herring, that don't really mean anything. So DNS settings may be something that you're unfamiliar with, but you will need to get used to these and varying them up for every website that you're creating. For hosting, there's a lot more choices than you can shake a stick at. To find the best deal, normally you're just going to have to Google at any one time, because the best deals tend to move from different providers depending on what they've got going on at the time. Black Fridays are always a good time to get a year's worth of domain registrar and hosting booked in. So just make use of the deals as and when they're available, really. Make sure that you're taking into account the cost for the first year at least, because you're going to have these not just for a couple of months, you're going to want them for the year. So factor that in when you're deciding who's the best fit. And possibly the most important is the content of the website itself. You can always do this quickly by using a template and just changing the header and the title of the website and things like that. This is a terrible idea. This will be the biggest footprint going, and the search engines will notice this, so do not do it. Make sure every website has its own style, its own look, its own feel. Make sure that the content is natural and different and unique. So if you're getting an AI to write the content for you, make sure that you're telling it to write in a different voice, use different type of vocabulary, but just make sure that everything's more detailed. More varied. So we are going to be going into this in a lot more detail later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. That's probably the most important part, is the content. So make sure you get that right from the beginning.